Hello, welcome back to Budget with Chloe. Today we are going to do a end of quarter two net worth update. So this is my third net worth update here on my channel. The first one was at the end of 2024. I did one at the end of quarter one, and here we are 6 months into 2025 at the end of quarter two. So we'll start where we did last time with assets and the cash accounts more specifically. So I have my previous two net worth update numbers there if you'd like to reference them. But at the end of June 2025, my cash accounts were $7,418.89. This is my main checking account, which all of the money that I use to pay my bills and my credit cards, things like that, comes out of, as well as a couple of smaller checking accounts that I opened for bank bonuses or reasons like that. So this is a little bit higher, but as you'll see, my credit cards are also higher. I pay off my credit cards at the end of every statement, and it kind of just depends where I am in the cycle when I grab these numbers as to whether the money is, higher on the checking account or on the credit card. So that's where that was at the end of June. On to investments. This is mainly my pension, but I do also have some smaller tax-free savings accounts. One of those is a managed account where the company takes a small portion and they give me, I believe, a guaranteed return. Maybe it changes, but it's kind of like a static return. And then I do have a small amount of stocks. I hope to have more disposable income in the future to be able to invest further in stocks and research more into that. But it's, again, mostly the pension. So at the end of June 2025, my investments totaled $20,110.50. Real estate, I own my house, and I've just been using the number that the city gives me on my property tax assessment. So as you can see, there's a big jump between the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025 because I received my new property tax assessment value. Of course, I just kept this number the same for this update, so there's not going to be as big of a jump in my net worth, but that's okay because the one before was mostly from home value appreciation. So we're keeping this number static at $326,000 even. So my total assets are $353,529.39. This is up about just under $3,000 from the end of quarter one. Again, there was a bigger jump between the end of 2024 and the end of quarter one 2025, but I'm happy with where that's going and excited to see where that goes when I sell my house. On to the liabilities for credit cards. I do most of my spending as much as I can on my credit cards, but they get paid off at the end of every statement. So I've never accumulated any interest or anything like that. And I do that so that I can collect points and rewards and things like that. So the balance at the end of June on my credit cards was $4,243.56. And again, this fluctuates just depending on when I grab the numbers or whether I had to pay a larger annual expense, things like that. So a little bit higher than when I got the numbers for the end of March there. And then for debts, this includes my house, my mortgage, things like I have a Peloton on a 0% interest payment plan, things like that. I'm kind of blanking on, there's not too many other debts there, but the total of those is $279,829.17, the majority of that being my house. My total liabilities comes to $284,072.73 at the end of June. As you can see, between December and March there, as I explained in my previous net worth update, it didn't decrease because when my house value increased, the value of, I have something called the first time home buyers incentive, which was a 10% loan from the government, interest free. However, you pay back the 10% in equity when you sell your house or after 25 years. So basically, as the house appreciates, they get some money from it, right? So because I logged my house value as 326,000, I had to change the incentive repayment value, which was included in my debts there, to $32,600 when it was 29,000, I believe 400 before, just because that is 10% of the home value that we're using. So that is a debt that I have. But because there was no change in my home value, there was, of course, a decrease in my liability. So we're looking at $284,072.73, which means my net worth is currently $69,456.66, which is, let's see, about $4,000 up from the end of quarter one, which is great. I mean, of course, not going to see as big of a jump as between December and March there, just because I left my home value the same. But I am in the process about to sell my house, hopefully, and move in with my partner. So things are going to change and will start to look different here. I'm starting to, do some napkin math and look at a rough budget here. And I'm definitely going to be saving a lot of money. I won't have the expenses that I currently have, like property tax and condo fees, all on my own. So my net worth should start to climb quite quickly. I definitely think I will break. I mean, even pension alone, I should probably break 100,000 in 2026. But once I sit down and kind of look at the numbers and see how things start to go, I would love to set some goals for myself and see how fast I can grow my net worth. And that's something that's really exciting to me. And I'm excited to share it with you guys so that you can watch it grow too. So that's it. That's my net worth. That's the update. Yeah, stay tuned for how things change after I move, and yeah, onwards and upwards. And I hope the same for all of you watching. So be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I think I'm getting close to 900 subscribers here, and that's super fun. And yeah, I just enjoy making these videos for you guys, and also just tracking my own finances. It's kind of fun. It gives me an incentive to do that, and then I kind of am impressed with how things are going. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.